Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jasodanandana Vrajajanaranjana Jasodanandana Vrajajanaranjana Jamunatira Vanachari Jamunatira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Jasodanandana Vrajajanaranjana Jasodanandana Vrajajanaranjana Jamunatira Vanachari Jamunatira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jai Om Vishupad Paramamsa Parivajagacharya Ashtotara Sata Sri Srimati Zvangdes et Si Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Jai Om Vishupad Paramamsa Parivajagacharya Ashtotara Sata Sri Srimati Zvangdes Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnavanda Ki Jai Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासरी गौर भक्तवृंद की जय श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्यामा कुंद राधा कुंज गिरि गोवर्धन की जय वृंदावन धाम की जय मायापुर नवद्वीप धाम की जय जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय गंगा माई की जय यमुना माई की जय श्रीमती तुलसी देवी की जय भक्ति देवी की जय श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय श्री श्री राधा मदन मोहन की जय श्री श्री गौनिताई की जय श्री श्री जगन्नाथ सुभद्रा बलदेव की जय गौर प्रेमानंदी all Gauri Sudha Samadhivatis, all Gauri Sudha Samadhivatis, all Gauri Sudha Samadhivatis, all Gauris to Sri Guru Sri Gauranga, all Gauris to Srila Prabhupada. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Vaisabhutade, Semate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine, Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharine, Nirvesesha Sunnavadi Pastyata Devatarine. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Sri Sri Gaunitai ki jai, Sri Sri Radha Madan Mohan ki jai, Sri Sri Jagannath Subhadra Baladev ki jai. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th Skanda, 25th chapter, sloka number 51. The chapter is entitled The Characteristics of King Puranjana, as described by Narada Muni to King Prachina Barishat. Devahu Nama Puryaha Dvaha Uttarena Puranjanaha Rashtam Uttara Panchalam Yati Sutadhara Anvitaha Devahurnama Puryadva Uttarena Puranjanaha Rashtam Uttara Panchalam Yati Sutadhara Anvitaha Devahurnama Puryadva Uttarena Puranjanaha Rashtramuttara Panchalam Yati Sutadaranvitaha Devahurnama Puryadva Uttarena Puranjanaha Rashtramuttara Panchalam Yati Sutadaranvitaha. Vaishnavis. Translation. On the northern side was a gate named Devahu. Through that gate, King Puranjana used to go with his friend Shrutadhara to the place known as Uttara Panchala. Please repeat. On the northern side was a gate named Devahu. Through that gate, King Puranjana used to go with his friend Shrutadhara to the place known as Uttara Panchala. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. The two ears are situated on the northern side and the southern side. The ear on the southern side is very strong and is always anxious to hear about sense enjoyment. The ear on the northern side, however, is used for taking initiation from the spiritual master and for gaining promotion to the spiritual sky. The right ear, or the ear on the southern side, is called Pitruhu, which indicates that it is used for attaining the higher planetary systems known as Pitruloka. But the left ear, which is known as Devahu, is utilized for hearing about even higher planetary systems such as Maharlok, Tapalok, and Brahmalok, or yet even higher planets situated in the spiritual universe where one becomes more inclined to be permanently situated. This is explained in Bhagavad Gita, 9th chapter, 25th sloka. Yanti deva vrata devan pitru yanti pitru vrata bhutani yanti bhuteja yanti madhya jinopimam. Those who worship the demigods will take birth among the demigods. Those who worship ghosts and spirits will take birth among such beings. Those who worship ancestors go to the ancestors, and those who worship me will live with me. One who is interested in being happy on this planet, as well as after death, generally wants to be elevated to the Pitrulokas. Such a person can use the right ear for hearing Vedic instructions. However, one who is interested in going to Tapalok, Brahmalok, the Vaikuntha planets, or Krishna Loka, may take initiation from the spiritual master in order to be elevated to such lokas. Om Jnana Timidandasya Jnanam Jana Salakaya Chakshuranmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavanska Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitantam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Raghunathan Lalita Sri Visakam Vitanska He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhasya Kripa Sindhu Bhyaivacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. This is the description of the Navadvara, which is the description of the body of the human beings, as described by Narada Muni to King Prachinabarishat. He is using allegory so that the king would be able to pay his attention and follow the advice of Narada Muni by this beautiful story of King Puranjana. So they have entered King Puranjana. He is now situated in a beautiful city. That city has 9 gates, as earlier described, the gates one after another. And now we have come to the gates of hearing, as earlier described, the vision and so on, the mouth. And now the description is given as the 2 gates, right and left. The right ear was described in the earlier sloka, and the left ear is described in this sloka. So these two ears have two different functions according to Srimad Bhagavatam, this description. Actually, we are not so much aware that the two ears have two different functions. Right ear is meant to hear about how to go to Pitruloka, and the left ear is meant to hear about how to go to heavenly planets and beyond that, Brahmaloka, and even to the spiritual world. So the right here has been described in the previous sloka. Now this sloka is about the left ear, and that is the importance of the sloka. How to use the ear for the purpose of elevation. When we take Diksha from the spiritual master, the Gayatri mantra is given in the left ear. Srila Prabhupada used to ask us to give the left ear because that is, according to the description of the Srimad Bhagavatam, the left ear is meant for that purpose. So generally people are not interested and they simply want to enjoy this world. They have come to this world for the purpose of becoming proprietor and becoming the enjoyer. So they are using their hearing propensity to hear about mundane news. And they are so much interested, and they have invented many means of communication so that people should be informed about the current news. Radio, TV, newspapers are meant for that purpose. So generally people are interested to hear what is the daily news, what's happening in New Delhi or in New York or in Chicago and Toronto and other places. So if somebody has read the newspaper, today's newspaper, tomorrow he'll not be interested to read that same paper. He wants to read only today's newspaper. Yesterday, that is past, so we are not interested in that. We want to know what's happening today or what happened yesterday, which is printed in the newspaper. And we believe, we have full faith in the narrations, in the writings of the newspaper. We are not challenging how is it correct? Why shall I believe this newspaper? We pay money for that and we readily accept it. In this way, our life in this material world is spending a lot of time in hearing daily news regarding this Earth planet, what's happening in different countries. And what is the destination? After this, then definitely we shall remain here, or we'll go lower, or we'll go, if we are lucky enough, go to Pitruloka, which is slightly higher. So the right ear can take us to Pitruloka, as described, but the left ear, we should use it with great faith and devotion. We should understand that we have another capacity, not just for daily mundane news or even to go to Pitruloka. That is not our destination. Ultimately, we have to go back to Godhead. This is our nature. But we have lost our nature and we are trying to find happiness in this world. So that we have to become awakened. And that is possible only when we have the opportunity to hear from the spiritual master. As Prabhupada mentioned in the purport, the spiritual master gave spiritual mantra Mantra means mantra, trayate, to go beyond the mind. The mundane mind is taken, keeping us here. We are busy with our mundane mind, how to enjoy this world. But a mantra given by the spiritual master will help us to go beyond the demands of the mundane mind and go to the spiritual world. So that is the great benediction that we can derive by approaching a spiritual master. Tadviddhi pranipatena paripasnena sevaya. So this is the, here I wanted to also, from another sloka from Srimad Bhagavatam about the importance of hearing from the proper source. In the 29th chapter of the same fourth skanda, sloka number 3940, the translation goes on. My dear king, again Narada Muni speaking to King Prachinabarishat. My dear king, in the place where pure devotees live, following the rules and regulations, and thus purely conscious and engaged with great eagerness in hearing and chanting the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In that place, if one gets a chance to hear their constant flow of nectar, which is exactly like the waves of a river, one will forget the necessities of life, namely hunger and thirst, and become immune to all kinds of fear, lamentation, and illusion. So yesterday I think somebody was asking why Lord Krishna is making us hungry. Yourself? So the answer is given here. What type of hunger are you suffering? Actually, the real hunger is to become hungry about hearing the news about Lord Krishna, his form, his pastimes, his devotees, which are described in Srimad Bhagavatam. So that hunger will be able to quench the other forms of hunger, material hunger and thirst. So we should be hungry and thirsty to hear Srimad Bhagavatam as described here. Yatra Bhagavata Rajan Sadhavo Visada Sayaha Bhagavad Gunanukatana Sravana Vyagra Chetasaha Tasmin Mahan Mukharita Madhubit Charitra Piyusha Sesha Sarita Parita Savanti Ta Ye Pibanti Avitrusho Nrupagada Karnahi Tanna Spresanti Asana Tridvaya Soka Mohaha. So the cultivation of Krishna consciousness is possible where great devotees live together and constantly engage in hearing and chanting the glories of the Lord. In a holy place like Vrindavan, there are many devotees constantly engaged in chanting and hearing the glories of the Lord. If one gets the chance to hear from pure devotees in such a place, allowing the constant flow of the river of nectar to come from the mouths of pure devotees, then the cultivation of Krishna consciousness becomes very easy. When one is engaged in constantly hearing the glories of the Lord, he certainly rises above the bodily conception. When one is in the bodily conception, he feels the pangs of hunger and thirst, fear, lamentation, and illusion. But when one is engaged in hearing and chanting the glories of the Lord, he transcends the bodily conception. So this is a very important advice given by Srimad Bhagavatam in order to completely transcend the miseries of material life, including hunger, thirst, and then other problems, especially the mental disease of lust, anger, greed, and so on. One has to simply hear Srimad Bhagavatam. So that is the importance. This sloka today we are reading that the importance of the left ear, that is meant for hearing the transcendental sound vibration, especially the holy names of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And all the instructions given by the spiritual master and the vibrations from Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, all that has to be constantly heard so that our consciousness will be changed from material to transcendental. We shall forget all the miseries of material life. Here in this purport, Srila Prabhupada mentions about Vrindavan. In Vrindavan, there are many great devotees, and we should try to have their association and hear from them. So Srila Prabhupada was also a Brajavasi for many years. And these commentaries on the Bhagavatam were written by Srila Prabhupada in Vrindavan mostly, in the Radha Damodar temple. And so we can get this great opportunity to hear from the pure devotee Srila Prabhupada, the Brajavasi, who is constantly engrossed in Krishna consciousness. The Vrindavan is also having a special month of Kartik. Now today is the beginning of Kartik Mass, the end of the third Mass. Tomorrow we'll start the fourth Mass, Kartik Mass, and we can also try to understand the importance of Kartik Mass, especially in Vrindavan. Kartik Mass of Urja, Urjeshwari. Who is Urjeshwari? Srimati Radharani. So Kartik Mass is a very special time where we see in those who go to Vrindavan, so many pilgrims are flocking to Vrindavan to receive the mercy of Srimati Radharani. And Srila Prabhupada also took his disciples in 1971, starting 67. Then later on, some of his other disciples regularly, Prabhupada used to take to Vrindavan during the Kartik Mass in 71, 72. So why Srila Prabhupada was keen to bring his disciples to Vrindavan in the month of Kartik? Because Vrindavan is the spiritual world. It is the exact replica of Goloka Vrindavan. It is not part of this material world. It is a place where Lord Krishna is eternally engaged in his Brahma Lila. And therefore, to go to Vrindavan means to become engrossed in Krishna consciousness. And by association with the Brajavasis and other devotees of the Lord, we can develop pure Krishna consciousness. So that is why Srila Prabhupada took his young disciples. They had no idea what is the benefit of going to Vrindavan. They thought, okay, this is nice pilgrimage, so let us go. But we had no actually proper understanding of the benefit of living in Vrindavan, at least for a few days. we were seeing in Vrindavan the pilgrims offering obeisances, full, full-fledged obeisances in the dust. We were thinking that how can I bow down in the dust? It is not very good. Then what will happen? My dhoti kurta will become very dusty. So some were trying to offer obeisances in that manner, but then they see so much dust. So they are just removing the dust like this. And that is wrong because the dust of Vrindavan is transcendental. It's not ordinary dirt. So we try to learn something about living in Vrindavan and not offending any of the Vrajavasis. Even he may be a rickshawala or he may be a merchant, shopkeeper in the bazaar, but we should not have any arguments with any of the Vrajavasis. They are living in Vrindavan not by chance, not like ordinary other people in other cities. They are Brajavasi. Whatever they may do, it is their condition is spiritual. Even though apparently they may be engaged in worldly activity, but they are not ordinary people. They are associates of Lord Krishna in this manner. They have taken birth or they are living in Vrindavan because of their devotion. Even, I think Bhaktivinoda Thakur was telling that I would rather hear the ordinary conversation on business transactions between the Brajavasis in ordinary language rather than the Vedic mantras. I think this is better, more, it is spiritual, completely devotional talk rather than other Vedic mantras, the superior. So everything regarding Vrindavan is absolutely transcendental, and those who had the opportunity to go there and those who could not so far go, I would encourage them to take opportunity, especially during the months of Kartik, to go there and take blessings of the Brajavasis and the pure devotees. Of course, in Vrindavan also, there are many professional reciters. Prabhupada also told us, don't hear from them, professional reciters. They are not qualified to describe or to glorify the Lord. They have some self-interest. They are not pure in mind. So be very careful. And Srila Prabhupada warned us many times that simply remain in association with the proper devotees who are engaged in Krishna consciousness. Don't go outside and hear from professional reciters. And sometimes some Prabhupada disciple used to go and hear these other lectures, but Srila Prabhupada was very upset and he didn't want to have anything to do anymore. He had given a warning, don't go. But if that disciple still, okay, let me go and hear from this Bhagavad Gita, from this Swami or this Babaji. No, but Prabhupada would not accept this. So how to live in Vrindavan must be very proper, and that can be understood in the association of Srila Prabhupada. Just to give another example, we were going on parikrama and we went up to Radha Kund. In Radha Kund, Srila Prabhupada told his disciples, so, okay, let us enter Radha Kund, take baths in Radha Kund. So in the association of Srila Prabhupada, we had the opportunity to bathe in Radha Kund. But there also, we have to be careful not to commit any offense. It is not like ordinary swimming pool. One of Prabhupada's disciples, one senior disciple at that time, I will not mention his name, that he started to swim and to splash water on other disciples and play around. And Prabhupada said, stop this. This is not ordinary swimming pool, the Radha Kund. We are here to take blessings of Srimati Radharani. Take this opportunity. Don't fool around and again become materially infected by ordinary behavior. So everything at every step, Srila Prabhupada was telling us about the glories of Vrindavan and how to live in Vrindavan, avoiding offenses. So that was very important. And we can read again from this commentary. The word Bhagavad Gunanukatana Sravana Vyagra Chetasaha, meaning always eager to find a place where the glories of the Lord are being heard and chanted, is significant in this verse. A businessman is always very eager to go to a place where business is transacted. Similarly, a devotee is very eager to hear from the lips of liberated devotees. So Srila Prabhupada sometimes gave this understanding. Why do we have these temples, ISKCON temples? So Prabhupada was telling, just like this, why there is association for Iron Merchants Association, for instance. So many associations are there in the city. Different businessmen having the same business, they'll come together and form association. Rice Merchants Associations and so on. So similarly, we have ISKCON Association. The same principle, but going in opposite directions. The ordinary association of merchants, they will be talking about their own business, how to improve the business, how to approach the government in united manner, how to defend ourselves against competition and so on, and how to, in this way, improve our position. Similarly, ISKCON is also association, but what is heard in ISKCON is this sound of Krishna Nam. Krishna consciousness is being developed and propagated from these ISKCON temples, ISKCON centers. In the same principle, coming together, let the businessmen do their own business, but let the devotees of the Lord, or those who are interested to develop spiritual life, they come here and they can hear the sound vibration of Srimad Bhagavatam and the teachings of Srila Prabhupada, and in this way develop spiritual life. So this is the here what this purport is telling. Satan prasangyan mama virya samvido bhavanti hritkarna rasayana katha tajjoshana dasvapavargya vartmani saddha ratir bhakti anukramishati. In the association of pure devotees, discussion of the pastimes and activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is very pleasing and satisfying to the ear and to the heart. By cultivating such knowledge, one gradually becomes advanced on the path of liberation and thereafter is freed and his attraction becomes fixed. Then real devotion and devotional service begin. So in this association of pure devotees, one becomes attached to hearing and chanting the glories of the Lord. So that is the method of developing Krishna consciousness. The secret of success is in the cultivation of Krishna consciousness by hearing from the right person. A Krishna conscious person is never disturbed by the bodily necessities, namely eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. Any questions or comments from this topic?
Earlier in the class, you had mentioned Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's statement that I would rather hear the ordinary business conversations of those who are Brajvasis. And then Srila Prabhupada said, don't go and hear the Bhagavad Katha of the professional reciters. But the professional reciter is also a businessman and is a Brajvasi. So it seems to be confusing.
Yes, that's a good question. You see, Srila Prabhupada knew very well the level of consciousness of his disciples. They are beginners. They have no idea. They are ready to hear from anyone. If they are little inquisitive in their, according to their own understanding, let me go there, and so on. Bhaktivinoda Thakur has a different level of consciousness. He wants to cultivate Vraja Prema, the Vraja consciousness. That is very high level of consciousness. The Vrajavasis, they talk within themselves. Apparently they are busy in their household affairs, family affairs and so on, or business. But because they are Vrajavasi, they are in Vrindavan, they have devotion to Lord Krishna. They will never forget Krishna. Just like if the gopis, of course, gopis are the topmost devotees of the Lord. But the gopis, they are also engaged in household activities, and they are not like the yogis and other Paramhamsa who are engaged in yoga practice or in a Dhyana Marga and so on. They are engaged in their ordinary affairs in the house. They have some of them husband, children, and so on. But they are completely Krishna conscious. So that is what Bhaktivinoda Thakur wanted to say in this, that these Brajavasis, they may not be yogis and so on, but because they have attachment to the land of Braja, attachment to Krishna and to Krishna Lila, they are in this way superior to everybody else. The professional reciters, they are also professionals, and they are engaged in their profession in Vrindavan or other places. But they are giving a message which is a deviation from the original message of pure Krishna Bhakti. And that is why Srila Prabhupada did not allow his disciples to go to such persons Um, so that is what I can say about it. Any other questions?
Hare Krishna, bro. Very nice class. Thank you so much. I was thinking how to increase the impetus of hearing. As we spend so many years in Krishna consciousness, we get familiar. Okay, this is first canto and second canto. We know what it is, but again, we should uh, get an impetus for the hearing more and more. So, can you share
Yes.
something?
We should never think that we have sufficiently heard. I've heard this, I've read Bhagavad Gita so many times. Enough. They keep it aside. Uh, that is enough. I have heard enough. We should always be eager to hear more and more. The Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, we should never think that we heard enough because we are living in this world constantly, no, in association with the material sound vibration that are capturing our mind. We are in the temple here, oh, beautiful Radha Krishna. We are completely absorbed in contemplating the beauty of Radha Madan Mohan. We go outside the temple, immediately we forget, and we have to catch auto rickshaw, we have to go to office, and so many other things. Our mind is diverted, even though here we are having this, this experience. And we are sure the experience that we have in the temple, in association with devotees, hearing and chanting, taking darshan, that is very special, taking prasadam and so on. But if this is neglected, in course of time, again, we shall be attracted, we shall be captured by the illusory energy of the Lord. We should never think that this Maya is become our friend. No, it's not our friend. Maya always wants to capture, especially those who have developed the devotional attitude. Maya will try to, again, take them back. So to increase our hearing propensity should always be in our mind. We should, every day, we should read Srila Prabhupada's books as, as we have time. Every day we have to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Srila Prabhupada told us 16 malas daily minimum. Sometimes a disciple is telling Prabhupada, oh, Prabhupada, yesterday I had so much seva, I had to do so many other things. I could not complete my rounds. So today I will try to, whatever I could not do yesterday, I will do today. Then Srila Prabhupada was not, of course, I agree to that. Yet today you must complete whatever you could not do yesterday. But don't do it again. Don't come short of the 16 rounds. If you have to do so many other things, then you can cut your sleeping time and you complete your rounds without fail. That was Prabhupada's advice. So in this way, we should never neglect this Sarvanam Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. This is the beginning of bhajana. And if it is neglected, then we cannot make any more progress. So that is most essential. Reading Prabhupada's books, chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and having a kirtan with the devotees. Even archana. Archanam is also one of the limbs of bhajana. Jiva Goswami said, this archana in Kali Yuga, archana should be always accompanied by kirtan. Kirtan means Shravana Kirtana. Otherwise, his archana will not have that potency that it had in the earlier age, Dwapara Yuga. Kali Yuga, archana is there, still there, as far as possible. So it should be continued, but should be accompanied by Kirtan, Shravana Kirtana. So every opportunity we should keep and increase. Just like now, some disciples asked Prabhupada, Prabhupada, now in Kartik Mass, any special tapasya, any special engagement we should take up for this Kartik Mass? Prabhupada said, you improve your chanting. Improve your chanting. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So Prabhupada didn't give any special extraordinary activity to be done. But the basic chanting, Hare Krishna chanting, basic, that should be improved and without any neglect. In this way, we can spend Kartik Mass, take blessings of Srimati Radharani. Srimati Radharani ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Any other questions?
Hare Krishna,
Prabhupada
Prabhuji.
ki jai.
Prabhuji, if we face a situation in Vrindavan where we are being insisted upon for donations by Vrajavasis, how do we deal with that situation?
Forcing? Oh, they are asking us to give money. Oh. Yeah, we should not argue. We should give whatever we can give. We can give donation to Vrajavasis. If they charge too much in the bazaar, they may charge. They think, oh, foreigners have come. They have plenty of money. Let us increase our price. But we should not argue. Whatever price they want, we should give that. We should not argue. Not argue with the rickshawalas or anybody. No argument. In this way, we should avoid committing offense. Hare Krishna.